Hi guys, welcome back to the ISO builder here, left WM. Still, well, rock hard, rock solid. Great. Now, the topic of the video is how to install software, and there are already YouTube videos out there how to install software. But let's try to make a full overview of what's possible. And for that reason, I'm gonna show you again, right, one of the videos about AA, or the ArcoLinux together with Alice project smashed together, gave me some insight. There is a script in there that you can use. And I just installed ArcoLinux D from scratch again, rebuilt it and installed it and tested an ArcoLinux dev, so the development for it. So this is up to date, and I'm using Li, as you see, to boot up i3 and Li, why not? So this can be on any desktop, right? It's just Arch, it's just anything goes. And maybe I should start with a very simple thing called right mouse click. So Thunar, this is a file manager called Thunar. There are file managers called Nautilus, and there is Nemo, and there is Dolphin, and so on. So most of the time you can create a file, empty file, and you say test.sh, for example. So in here you can add any code you would like to add, but this is a very minimal environment. ArcoLinux B is minimal, ArcoLinux D is super bare. So F12 sudo pacman -s, and maybe you see all these colors. That's because I've been testing out the shell, the ZSH shell, so the ATT, the ArcoLinux tweak tool. There's also a development version, and that's now online for the beta testers and the core members to test. And that's how we work, right? So -s, and then we get our Sublime text in. That's something to develop, and melt is to compare. Both things I need to work. So to open this up, I have Sublime text, and in this case it's empty. Now you can always have a look at code in here. .config, there is not in here, Eric. There is a file. Where would you go if you never ever wrote a script? There is actually nowhere in here a script where you can copy paste, although i3 is present here. Here we have scripts, and here we see the shebang. So that's the line that tells you tells the system, tells the system, okay, Control C and Control V. This is a shell script, and it shows as well because of the fact that it's .sh, but it is just for us. The .sh is there to tell us in 3-4 years, oh yeah, I made a script, right? That's it. So the test.sh, that's the first line you need to have. When you start an ArcoLinux, we tell you often, try out ArcoLinux XL. The one I'm on now is for a learning phase, like way ahead. Like, wow, wait a few years before you start off with that. So Ctrl-Alt-F, trying to launch Firefox, maybe not installed. That's a difficult thing. Can't launch anything if it's not there. ArcoLinux D, right? Super bare. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not for the beginner at all. Let me make that super clear, because people will be asking us questions all the time, and that's not the point, right? You need to figure things out yourself by exploring, not by asking. If you're not ready yet, you're not ready yet. As simple as that. So on ArcoLinux.info, we do explain you that we are an ArcoLinux University, and you just don't jump into Linux. You gradually learn more and more, and these are phases. and you'll find the phases on all the websites. Now you'll have the ArcoLinux D is what I call phase 6. It is really figure things out. So somebody yesterday on Discord asked a question about ZSH and all that. You need to figure it out. We sometimes say you need to be a Sherlock Holmes, right? You need to know what packages and how everything fits together and how your puzzle becomes complete. But that's ArcoLinux D. But for that, to be able to do that, you need to have knowledge, more knowledge about applications. So first of all, we say, guys, start with ArcoLinux XL, the flagship, install even more during Calamares if you want, and get to know the applications. Once you get to know the applications, then you say, next time around, when I'm ArcoLinux, I'm really sure. Well, first everything starts with the names, as simple as that. Firefox, I would like to have Firefox. Eric uses Sublime Text 4 all the time. It can save into protected parts of your system. Great, I want to have that. This melt thing, looks great. And so on. You keep on typing like GIMP or Inkscape, and the applications that you find during your course, during your phases, you keep track of them. Right? This is about installing software, but first you need to know software, right? So get to find out what it is, and then you get a list of packages. Now I'm going to show you a little magic. Sublime Text, right? Only Sublime Text. I have a left shift above the control. I have a mouse with a right mouse click. I click before Firefox. I press the shift, the left shift in, keep pressing it in. Now the right mouse click, drag down, I get a line. I can put the line at the end, I can put the line in the beginning, right? Like so. The fun stuff is I can have a long list, and I do sudo pacman -s, no confirm, meaning I don't want you to bug me each time. Do you want to install? Yes. Do you want to install? Yes. Do you want to install? Yes. No. No confirm. And then if it's already installed, because scripts, you often run them twice because you're changing something, and try out again. Is it working? Is it working? Right? So needed. Is it already installed? Firefox is installed, so it will be skipped. So that's what I want you to get at. Right? But in the beginning, you probably are going into software. There are a few applications that are not installed in ArcoLinux D, so I'll show you all the pieces of the puzzle, all the packages, and finally end in LS and see if that works as well. So that's my test, that's my return on investment of the video. See if that works. So you make this list longer and longer and longer. Now the things that are not, so we could add a text in here. Let's make this bigger. We could add a text. This is a text, and you say these are packages from Arch or Arco repos. Both of them work with sudo pacman. But, well, maybe to complete it, echo is showing you text. The other one is a remark, nobody sees it, and data has a small problem. Let's see if I can shut down that first. So quit Telegram and quit Discord. Voila. So echo, Arch and Arco stuff. So you need to see the difference between a comment and a text that you show in the script. Save. I can do the same, more or less. Copy paste, do it. These are packages from AUR, and that's not a repo at all. It's a package build. It's a recipe. It's how to build a package. So you need to build it yourself. Echo AUR packages, and then you type either yay -s something, right, or paru -s, and something. Let's see. Let's fill it in with something. Let's do a icon theme. I can't do anything green. It has to be in color blue. I have here the love icon theme. Just picking one. Control Shift C. I have no idea if it's nice. Control V. And I've made my choice, right? With this one. Yay. So choose an AOR helper. ArchWiki AOR helper. There are a few out there. Save. And that's it. Basically, you have now a script. After next installation of ArcoLinux, you run that script, you've got the packages, and the same goes for things that I want to remove. Maybe we should add that as well. Remove all of these. And you do sudo pacman -r. R is just a package, and S the dependencies if it is allowed by pacman. So if the package is used, if the dependencies are used by another package, it will stay. So it's kind of safe. There are lots of things we could remove. For instance, the drivers. Let's take that as so remove RS XF86 video. Now, it all depends, right? But let's say I don't have an AGI and AMD thing in my machine, then you don't need an AGI AMD GPU driver, right? So that's something safe. So add things that you don't want to have. To see all the options, let's take something more safe. Don't know if there's anything safe in there at all, since this is a bare thing, right? If it would be ArcoLinux L, you could say remove me GIMP, remove me Inkscape, and so on and so on. Now you can do it like this in one line. That's maybe also a good thing to tell you, or separately. And you want to ask again, no confirm, you can put it in the end, so you see that as well. In the end, in the beginning, it depends how you wanna. So that's possible. Now in this case, GIMP and Inkscape are not installed, so you say, don't use it, save. But next time around, when you're in Excel, you say, okay, let's run it. So that's scripting. That's scripting. Let's maybe continue with scripting and just scripting. There is gnome-software and there's pamac, and both of them, and there's Discover on Plasma. There are 3 ways to get a graphical user interface and select your software. In ArcoLinux XL, you got 2. You got the gnome-software and you got pamac, and Discover is actually specific to Plasma. So you'll see it on the ArcoLinux B Plasma. So that's my take at graphicals, GUIs. So videos are already out there, so it would be, voila, repetitive, yeah. Anyway, that's one script. I made my own script. Are there other scripts? On ArcoLinux D, we explain you to install lots of desktops and tiling window managers, right? Going to phase 5, 6, 7, 8, all kinds of, there's a years of study ahead of you. And that's, I think, a selling point. You're not stuck in one place. You can keep on learning and learning and learning. Now, the ArcoLinux D, let's take, well, maybe let's take i3. We are on i3, doesn't matter what we take. And there's all kinds of information about i3. Learn about i3. But always number 1 is missing. And here are all the installation videos. It's always the same thing. Installing Wonderland, installing the CWM. There is a rule, there is a procedure, there is a same way to do things over and over and over again. It doesn't really matter what desktop it is. It is again and again getting the pieces of the puzzle, getting the packages. And we have many options. You can install using Calamares. You pop in USB and you click, 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 and it's installed. But this is the one that interests us. Option 2. You can install via scripts. This is called a script, your script. Then you push it to the GitHub, learn a little bit about GitHub, and it's safe. You can get it back next time around. Just git clone your project and you got it on your system. Run, you say. And then you have the desktop using ArcoLinux B. And you have here option 4, install the desktop using ArcoLinux Tweak Tool. So there are lots of choices how to install things. I'm going to focus on number 2. Install ArcoLinux D with scripts. And they say, go get this. So there seems to be something online. You can make something similar online. Exactly the same thing. These are all scripts to tell, go and install i3 in this display manager, so LightDM or SDM. LightDM replaces with SDM. 9 months ago we did the switch, it seems. So development software, sound, Bluetooth printers, it's all here. All the knowledge, all the pieces of the puzzle to have a working environment, but still not maybe 100%. It is what it is. I mean, ArcoLinux D and scripting is full freedom. So you decide what thing you put on your system. So basically, when you come here, you say, clone me that thing. So that's just this one or that one. And then you go back here and you say, let's open a terminal here and do git clone. Git clone. And only this is a more complex way of getting stuff in. It's just longer than this one. This is a start, but you'll see if you start with this, it will be becoming longer and longer, and you say, oh my god, did I write this? Yeah, it starts with a few lines and it ends with 1,000 lines. So in here is a little bit more difficult thing. That is, the reason was mainly maintenance, and we can add things in here. SDM, ArcoLinux wallpapers, Git. So give me a list. Here's the list I want, the packages I want. It's gonna read the list. It's gonna go through it. I'm gonna count it. Package 1, package 2, installing package number 2, and so on. And then it's going to a function. So it's going up, 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 up. Function install. If already installed, if information already installed, hey, it's already installed. So it's skipping the thing, otherwise it will be installed and installed and installed again. But if it's not installed, don't confirm, and even if it is already there, then skip it. So really be sure you don't do double work. And it goes on, that's explained in other videos. So making a config, backup of your config, as you see, and then we copy paste everything from the etc.scale to yours. So everything is overwritten, otherwise styling window managers won't work at all. So enabling Sdm service, it's all right to install Sdm, but if you have never enabled it, so line 90, and you stay in a black screen. And it goes on and it goes on. So, but it's the same tactic, it's the same reasoning. We have a function up here, we have a list in here. So if I want to reuse this, please do, because we've put so many energy in it, please do. But the only thing you need to say is, all right, development software, melt is there, okay. How about ripgrab? Ripgrab is not there. Okay, what else? And so on. And you keep on adding things. Packages that you say, I want to have that. So check out what that is. The command is rg. Find things in files. Super. Same functionality as the platinum search bin, which is kind of old. And it goes on, it goes on. So this way of scripting get that in. And now we're to Alice project. The Alice project is what is taking up the last 5 days. AA, Arch plus Alice, or AA, came across other ways of installing Arch Linux installers. There's so much out there in the world. There is Arch as a basis, and then people having ideas. What if I use the Arch-Fi, Arch Linux Fast Installer, and so on. All explained here. And I was attracted to this one, so Arch Linux install script. And I say, oh, let's have a look. So Pico developed a way to get an installation of Arch Linux under 4 minutes. No joke, under 4 minutes. My Arch Linux is installed here on Real Metal, here on VMware, on VirtualBox, on QEMU. All right, but what it has in here as well is an alice packages.sh that I haven't tested out yet on ArcoLinux. What it is a bunch of code, obviously. So download zip. Don't like to do that, like you to teach something else, and that is the fact that you can clone things like we've done here. Cloning means get the code, but in a day or two or next month I'll do a git pull and I'll get the new code in. So I have got my Alice here, and the one I'm interested in now, so I haven't tested this yet because well, actually I've tested it, but the thing is, Alice is there to create a complete operating system, and Alice packages is a smart way to split up the installation from the packages, from the sudo pacman -s, from the AOR packages, and it's all in here. So let's look at that code for a while. So system installation is false because we don't want to overwrite anything. That's cool. Stay everything in. AOR command is paru. That's what we're going to use. Is paru installed? I don't know. Let's see. Sudo pacman -s. And the smart thing to do is get the bin one in. The bin is a binary and it's whoop installed. Well, the others are pre-built as well, but if you build anything, if you go for yay paru, it will take longer than yay paru bin. So I will always choose paru bin or yay bin or anything bin because it's just faster. So the configuration file is here. That's the one we're in. Well, not in, later in. And all the rest this is scripting, right? This is, wow, long, complex. And then at some point in time you say, okay, whatever, I'll test it out in a virtual machine. That's always the best thing to do, not on your working computer system, but some testing computer, some virtual machine maybe. And this one is linked. And in this icon theme, you don't really see it, but when you take Candy icon theme from ArcoLinux, they are they red or are they blue? They are blue. All the configuration files, the conf is one, another conf, they have another color. So the configuration and this sh shell, that's an application that run this thing, and this is edit this thing. That's the difference. And always use nice colors. The brain loves colors, and it works so much faster. So same thing here, colors here too. So pacman install true, pacman package install pipewire false, and now we go, right? I want to have Firefox, I want to have Chrome, I want to have FileZilla, and I want to have transmission GTK. Yeah, cool. And I want to have order, and on it goes. And of course you can type more packages as long as we are now in the pacman bit, right? So if you're on ArcoLinux. If the repos are there, you can have packages from ArcoLinux as well. So in this case, for instance, multimedia, down here it says from Flatpak Spotify. I never like Spotify. I want to have my own control over the package Spotify. Voila. It's all there. It's on our repos. And how do you know what's on a repo? That may be, oh, I did a quit, guys, sorry. I don't know if it's saved. No, but that's the fun, right, of Sublime Text. Up here there's a circle, a white circle. It means it's not saved, but it keeps track of all the changes. So nothing's lost. Thank you, Sublime Text. Control S, save. So wanted to go to, I don't know what I wanted to go to. Spotify. Oh yeah, pamac. So in here, there is no little sign. Sudo pacman -s pamac. And we have just the one, pamac all. Enter 343 megabytes more. To have that nice little icon down at the bottom to the right. So this is piece of the puzzle, right? Don't you want it? Don't install it. But if you do want it, you have to do something. So pamac tray, that's the one. If you were wondering what I'm doing, Super Shift D. That's the D menu. It's present in so many of our desktops. And now we have this little icon down here. And if you were wondering, that's the question, right? If you were wondering what can I install from ArcoLinux, and it's all this. It's all pre-built. We are, I think, over 300 packages or more. In total it was 600 or 700, I believe. Right? All packages, brackets. Never actually shown you that, I think. So git find, git kraken, it's all there. Git ahead, that's something I would like to have, because you can do right mouse click, git ahead. But this is ArcoLinux D. Ah yeah, sudo pacman -s git ahead. Or let's add it with the utilities, maybe git ahead, and run it. So that's the first time I'm gonna run lspackages.conf on its own, right? Otherwise I'll run always this one and everything gets installed, packages and desktop and grub and kernel, right? A complete operating system with packages. Parubin is here. I'm gonna save this. And let's see. So there are different SH. I have only played with this one, and now I'm gonna play with this one. All the rest is for a later day. ls packages dot, oh my god, where's the dot sh? So that's the one. Let's see what happens. Ah yeah, he has the custom repositories bit he should fix, so that's broken. I've told him to do that, but that's gonna be in, well, if you don't know, Control Shift C, RG, that's capital letters. Let's do without capital. Voila, now I know where it is. ls packages line 210. ls packages line 210. Control find 210 should be hashtagged out. An interesting trick. Select is all this, and then edit, line, comment, toggle comment, boom, it's out, it's not used, it's gone. And I run it again. And then he wants my password. Go ahead, my friend, go install everything. This is VLC. Spotify is there as well. And off it goes, install all my stuff I want. So another way of installing everything. ArcoLinux packages installed successfully. How do I know? Alt F2, Alt F3? No, not gonna work. Pieces of the puzzle. Sudo pacman -s xfc4. xfc4 is a great way of getting bits and pieces in that are missing in tiling window managers. And one of them is the app finder. It just requires the app finder, right? And Alt F3, there it is. So what have we installed? Let's go to accessories. Okay, nothing here. Development, Melt is here, GitHub is here, that we've done. Graphics, Internet, Transmission, Chromium, FileZilla, Firefox. So Spotify, it worked. Harder, it worked. So that's another way of installing. And immediately we have a test for the Alice project as well. How to get things on your computer system in a fast way makes a clean install no issue, no burden anymore. Because, hey, everything is ready. And each time you discover an application, you go to the script, whatever script you decide to choose. Right? We have 3 scripts now. Let's recapitulate. We have our own. We have our own. We have the one from any of the ArcoLinux D GitHubs, right? Any. It's all the same. You'll see all the numbers are the same. The difference is the pieces of the puzzle. What do I want? This, of course, is always the same, right? It's always that Bluetooth package or that for the printers. But there are distro-specific things. Additional ArcoLinux software. This is probably going to be the same, more or less. So you take the reasoning out of it, not the packages, but the reasoning and or the packages, and decide how to proceed in the future. So Alice is a new way of doing things. The project is there, and it will get updated. So Pico is working on it all the time. And Awesome has been added, Qtile has been added, BSPWM, Budgie, 3 new things in, 4 new things in, I don't know, 4 days or something like that. So it's the thing I love about Alice is the code. It's pure, it's logical, it's flexible, it's versatile, and you can, as user, you can add things and change things and make it your own application or scripting, and that's also fun, of course. Being in feeling of control, probably, and the feeling of freedom that we find in tools like these. All right, enjoy. So showing that one as well. So that's one of the things that launches this configuration. And you select, you type in here what you'd like. You can even activate Bluetooth service with a plus and stuff like that. I mean, study it, read the text and the website. I did show you where it was, yes. So here is all the information you need to know more. So 3 ways to install. Don't forget, if it's all too much, right, let's quickly have a look at that as well. We just shown you one. Let's go to number 3. So pamac, that's that. Categories, you've maybe can show you the software mode. Voila. Software mode. What can I find for photos and videos? Da, 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 da. What can I find in regarding productivity? What can I find regarding music? What can I find? Education, communication, games, utilities, development. So an overview. Okay. So melt is there, melt is installed. I can uninstall it, quick, apply, melt, apply, and then it wants to know my password. It's gone, it's not on my machine anymore. So that's the graphical user interface. And to round it off, what's the GNOME name again? So GNOME tap, and you get all the names. I think it's something like software or something, GNOME, this one probably. GNOME software, and I'm gonna need this one as well. GNOME software and GNOME soft this time. And we take number 2. This one, boom, enter. And that's another tool, another graphical user interface. Discover it for Plasma, I can't show you that. Install Plasma. Alt F3, we've got it now installed, we can use it. And we have pamac, and we have GNOME software. Welcome to software, lets you install all the software you need. Browse software. It's great to have GUIs in the beginning, but I think it's also interesting to get to know scripting, because you'll find that scripting provides you an extra worker, somebody in your company that does the work for you. You program, you make a script, and you run like 1,000 times, like we build our ISOs. I just run one little sentence and it produces 30 ISOs. Having that ability, wow, that's Linux, right? That's Linux. Look at the sign. Never clicked here. Anyway, voila. You got a nice video telling you a roundup software, where to get it, how to get it, and enjoy the learning. Don't be hard on yourself, and don't start too soon with difficult things. If it's too soon, it's too soon. Back off, go back, and later on, in a month's time, 2 months, a year's time, there is no limit to the ArcoLinux University. You can keep on learning. All right, cheers.